Ultimately, the benefits derived are most evident when collaborative approaches are taken on the various issues. Perhaps one of the most difficult health situations is that of HIV/AIDS. Over the past decades, the Caribbean has been in the forefront of the fight against its spread. Programs have been implemented aimed at treatment, increased awareness, and education. Our young people have been particularly targeted as they are part of a significant vulnerable group. But what about the more recent epidemic of concern? The fact that too many of our children are obese, that too many of our people, young people in the Caribbean region, are suffering from diabetes and hypertension and cardiac disease. What of these new challenges? I would say that media campaigns, public forums, and health fairs have all been designed to capture the attention of our children, to help them to obtain vital information, to be able to talk about HIV/AIDS more freely, and also childhood obesity as well, and asking them in the process to become tested for HIV, AIDS, virus, but at the same time to encourage them to have the important test of their blood sugar on a regular basis in order to be better able to make decisions on their own lifestyle choices that they may have. And so starting early, I emphasize, empowers them for the rest of their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned earlier how important early childhood education is to our nation. Indeed, we have made substantial strides in this regard. But I want to indicate that early childhood education is most successful when supported by families. The support that is provided to our children at home. Government has sought to fill a gap through its parenting programs. And I know in this country of one organization that has paid attention to fathering as well. These are important because they provide an environment of stability. They provide a base for communication with the child, just a general learning environment that is suitable for child growth and for child development. A child, he must experience positive stimulation and socialization at home during their most critical stage of development. And that has implications on their own capabilities in later life. Government's charge to address specific gaps in children's growth and development is reflected also in areas such as clinics for young mothers, the school meals and the textbook programs, examination fees being paid and uniforms also being provided. Simply bringing resource assistance to parents and guardians and helping to ensure that children do go to school and that while they are there, they can participate meaningfully in the learning processes. Indeed, I emphasize that we are not perfect at all, far from it. We must work assiduously even more so in these economically challenging times to reduce what I describe as the footprint of poverty in our country and in our region. Through training, education, and an entrepreneurial spirit, the tide can begin to change the landscape of our nation in positive ways. Governments cannot do everything, but we can help to create an enabling environment towards the alleviation of poverty. Let us be clear that as Caribbean countries, we do not stand alone and unto ourselves. We do live in a global environment, and as such, we must promote and adhere to certain sets of principles that guide our civilized progress as human beings on this precious planet that we call Earth. So our actions or non-actions contribute to global circumstances and situations. But I believe that all of us here are committed to positive change, as reflected in our commitment to the rights of the child. Your theme, Rethinking the Agenda for Children, it speaks to this particular commitment and the need to examine our actions, the need to examine our strategies frequently and systematically to ensure that we are making positive progress in a dynamic world. I must commend, therefore, UNICEF. Commend UNICEF for its leadership. Leadership provided on the wide range of children's issues. The men and women who work for this organization and who collaborate with regional and national institutions and governments throughout the world, and the Eastern Caribbean in particular, help to bring sustained focus on children's issues here in our region. In similar vein, I also commend the OECS Secretariat, which has taken on yet another challenging and critical task, this time aimed at securing the rights of children here in the Eastern Caribbean. And so in closing, I know that your discussions would be detailed and would be very useful, given in particular the environment of very serious challenges that the region now faces from the global economic and financial crisis. But it is left for me only to extend best wishes for a productive meeting and to invite you all to enjoy yourselves while here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the sister isles of the Federal Paradise. And while you're here, don't forget to visit the Strip here in Frigate Bay. God bless you. Thank you very, very much.